week's mistake where we mixed cardboard and cans. Let's hope that does not miss cardboard. And cans, and we're all done. Well, Monday's gaming begins with Castle Rocket. Anyone who saw it last week shall know that we did play the Windows version of this, so we know that we can complete this one. As you can see, I like the Windows version. Unlocked all achievements in this game, but it is when we expect updates to come on. Well, a bit of a surprise one to go into Tuesday morning, Spelunky 2, because there was an update apparently released on it, so maybe we might be able to finally get that achievement we were trying to get for getting to level of the 3s instead of the 2s. Well, we played it at the back end of last week, and we're back on it again, Miles and Kilo. For a bit more time on it, see what it's like. Well, Friday update, or should we say Saturday, because of the Royal funeral on Monday, it meant that everything got pushed back a day, so Friday's episode was officially on Saturday. We are closing in on the 1 million lifts, just 9,000 to go, so that should come by the end of this week, possibly the end of October. 126 weeks, 142, where that little gap is, there should be a 2, so technically we're 8 out of 14 for that one. 34,000 for the month, which means we're 12,000 off last month's record, and there is 5 days left, so it's going to be cutting it close. No records this week, as you can see. There is what's left of what could have been a guaranteed best month ever. A little closer. So 10,050 for the week. So, Saturday night gaming on Letter Quest Remastered. We haven't been on this one for a while, but we do think we might be able to have a go at finally completing it. Not tonight, but in the future. So, quick stint on You Suck at Parking, just to get a couple more on it, while we are working later on Letter Quest in and out. So, game number 88 for the year. There's a reason that this is number 88, but we'll come on to that in a bit. St Helens against Leeds Academy, so we are completely neutral for this one this afternoon. 5-5-9 overall, 69th other. It's the first time we've ever seen Saints and Leeds Academy play each other, which is a surprise. However, considering it's the 7th Academy Grand Final for me, and the last 6 have all included Wigan, that is the reason. It's the third time we've seen St Helens against Leeds, obviously the first team a lot of times. The women's, obviously we saw it in the cup final this year. 74th Academy game overall, 3rd Grand Final this season after the women's and the reserves. And as we said, 88 sport attendance, 89 and 90 will come in the World Cup, but we'll come on to that. So, half time here at TW, fairly even first half of both sides, but it's the Rhinos that lead at half time. St Helens 10, Leeds 16. Match officials step up. The reason that we're filming this, we don't normally film this, but there's a certain lad there that we know. Mr. Luke Flavel there in the red flag, who we still think is my expectation to see him either do a Sky game or do a Super League game within at least the next 18 months. So, St Helens runners up. Here's a bit of a bad omen for St Helens hosting finals, because they've hosted the last 2 women's grand finals, either side of obviously the one that we couldn't go to last year. Not been in either of them. Hosted the Academy Grand Final this year and they've lost it, so maybe St Helens hosting finals isn't a good idea. They might actually find some success as they did last night. It's a neutral one. As it is first Academy Grand Final for 3 years, because the last one was 2019 between Wigan and St Helens. So Wigan have technically held the title for 2 years. So, Leeds Rhinos step up. There's a bit of a new one for them in a sense, in that I think the last time Leeds were in an Academy Grand Final, I'm going back possibly 2011, before I started doing them. Because since then, I think we've had Wigan St Helens, Wigan Castlewood mainly as the main, St Helens Castlewood as well as the main ones. So, something different. Although for Leeds it's probably a little more sweeter, considering what happened last night over in Manchester. So that's 3 grand finals for me this year, except Leeds have won 2 and Wigan have won the other one. So across the 3 different winners. So, Leeds win the Academy Grand Final. Bottles everywhere. Hopefully there's no alcohol there, because I don't think a few of them are old enough. But there you go. So, in terms of mainstream rugby, that is me done for the year. For any surprise changes at 88, it will be a 90-game season though, as for the first time ever, I'll take it a full international. It's in the women's GB, we've seen Wigan against a few Australian teams. But yeah, double-headed in DW in November. We'll have a bit of news on that later on. Well, as you can see, my season will not end in September. 5th of November, no better place to end 2022's rugby chances than at me, second home of the DW. As you can see, Section 2, so we're in the South Stand for the first time in at least a couple of decades, I think. We went there when we were like 15. Well, all done, all booked. So we get to see the England women against Canada. First time we've seen an England women's team, and Group A and D, well, England men and then Group A, so it could be an England double. But yep, that's the next attendance in 5 weeks.